Chapter 26. For the divisions of the doorkeepers, of the Korahites, Meshelemiah the son of Kor, of the sons of Asaph. Meshelemiah had sons, Zechariah the firstborn, Jediael the second, Zebadiah the third, Jathniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Jehohanan the sixth, Elihoenai the seventh. Obed-Edom had sons, Shemaiah the firstborn, Jehozabad the second, Joah the third, and Sacher the fourth, and Nethanel the fifth, Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Peluthai the eighth, for God blessed him. Also to Shemaiah his son were born sons, who ruled over the house of their father, for they were mighty men of valor. The sons of Shemaiah, Othni, and Raphael, and Obed, Elzabad, whose brothers were valiant men, Elihu, and Semachiah. All these were of the sons of Obed-Edom, they and their sons and their brothers, able men in strength for the service, 62 of Obed-Edom. Meshelemiah had sons and brothers, valiant men, 18. Also Hosa of the children of Merari had sons, Shimri the chief, for though he was not the firstborn, yet his father made him chief, Hilkiah the second, Tebaliah the third, Zechariah the fourth. All the sons and brothers of Hosha were 13. Of these were the divisions of the doorkeepers, even of the chief men, having offices like their brothers, to minister in the house of the Lord. They cast lots, the small as well as the great, according to their fathers' houses for every gate. The lot eastward fell to Shelemiah. Then for Zechariah his son, a wise counselor, they cast lots, and his lot came out northward. To Obed-Edom southward, and to his sons the storehouse. To Shuppim and Hosha westward by the gate of Shalaketh, at the causeway that goes up, watch against watch. Eastward were 6 Levites, northward 4 a day, southward 4 a day, and for the storehouse 2 and 2. For Parbar westward, 4 at the causeway, and 2 at Parbar. These were the divisions of the doorkeepers, of the sons of the Korahites, and of the sons of Merari. Of the Levites, Ahijah was over the treasures of the house of God, and over the treasures of the dedicated things. The sons of Laden, the sons of the Gershonites belonging to Laden, the heads of the fathers' houses belonging to Laden the Gershonite, Jehili. The sons of Jehili, Zetham, and Joel his brother, over the treasures of the house of the Lord. Of the Amratites, of the Izharites, of the Hebronites, of the Uzzielites, and Shebuel the son of Gershom, the son of Moses, was ruler over the treasures. His brothers, of Eleazar came Rehabiah his son, and Jeshiah his son, and Joram his son, and Zichri his son, and Shelomoth his son. This Shelomoth and his brothers were over the treasures of the dedicated things, which David the king, and the heads of the fathers' houses, the captains over thousands and hundreds, and the captains of the host had dedicated. Out of the spoil won in battles did they dedicate to repair the house of the Lord. All that Samuel the seer, and Saul the son of Kish, and Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Zeruiah had dedicated, whoever had dedicated anything, it was under the hand of Shelomoth and his brothers. Of the Izharites, Chaniah and his sons were for the outward business over Israel, for officers and judges. Of the Hebronites, Hashabiah and his brothers, men of valor, 1,700, had the oversight of Israel, beyond the Jordan westward, for all the business of the Lord, and for the service of the king. Of the Hebronites was Jerijah the chief, even of the Hebronites, according to their generations by fathers' houses. In the 40th year of the reign of David they were sought for, and they were found among them mighty men of valor at Jazer of Gilead. His brothers, men of valor, were 2,700, heads of fathers' houses, whom King David had made overseers over the Reubenites, and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of the Manassites, for every matter pertaining to God, and for the affairs of the king. Chapter 27. Now the children of Israel after their number, the heads of the fathers' houses, and captains of thousands and of hundreds, and their officers who served the king, in any matter of the divisions which came in and went out month by month, throughout all the months of the year, of every division were 24,000. Over the first division for the first month was Jashobeam, the son of Zabdiel, and in his division were 24,000. He was of the children of Perez, the chief of all the captains of the host for the first month. Over the division of the second month was Dodai the Hohite, and his division, and Mikloth the ruler, and in his division were 24,000. The third captain of the host for the third month was Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada the priest, chief, and in his division were 24,000. This is that Benaiah who was the mighty man of the 30, and over the 30, and of his division was Amminadab his son. The fourth captain for the fourth month was Asahel, the brother of Joab, and Zebadiah his son after him, and in his division were 24,000. The fifth captain for this fifth month was Shamuth the Israelite, and in his division were 24,000. The sixth captain for the sixth month was Ira, the son of Ikish the Tekoite, and in his division were 24,000. The seventh captain for the seventh month was Helez the Pelonite, of the children of Ephraim, and in his division were 24,000. The eighth captain for the eighth month was Sibbecai the Hushathite, of the Zerahites, and in his division were 24,000. The ninth captain for the ninth month was Abiezer the Anothathite, of the Benjamites, and in his division were 24,000. The 10th captain for the 10th month was Maharai the Netophathite, of the Zerahites, and in his division were 24,000. The 11th captain for the 11th month was Benaiah the Pirathonite, of the children of Ephraim, and in his division were 24,000. The 12th captain for the 12th month was Heldai the Netophathite, of Othniel, and in his division were 24,000. Furthermore, over the tribes of Israel, of the Reubenites was Eleazar the son of Zichri the ruler, of the Simeonites Shephatiah the son of Makkah, of Levi Hashabiah the son of Kemuel, of Aaron Zadok, of Judah Elihu, one of the brothers of David, of Issachar Omri the son of Michael, of Zebulun Ishmaiah the son of Obadiah, of Naphtali Jeremoth the son of Azriel, of the children of Ephraim Hoshea the son of Azaziah, of the half-tribe of Manasseh Joel the son of Pedaiah, of the half-tribe of Manasseh in Gilead Iddo the son of Zerekiah, of Benjamin Jasiel the son of Abner, of Dan Azarel the son of Jeroram. These are the captains of the tribes of Israel. But David didn't take the number of them from 20 years old and under, because the Lord had said he would increase Israel like the stars of the sky. Joab the son of Zeruiah began to number, but didn't finish, and there came wrath for this on Israel. Neither was the number put into the account in the Chronicles of King David. Over the king's treasures was Asmaveth the son of Adiel, and over the treasures in the field, in the cities, and in the village, and in the towers, was Jonathan the son of Uzziah. Over those who did the work of the field for tillage of the ground was Ezri the son of Chelub, and over the vineyards was Shimei the Ramathite, and over the increase of the vineyards for the wine cellars was Zabdi the Shifmite, and over the olive trees and the sycamore trees that were in the lowland was Baal-Hanan the Gederite, and over the cellars of oil was Joash, and over the herds that fed in Sharon was Shitrai the Sharonite, and over the herds that were in the valleys was Shaphat the son of Adlai, and over the camels was Odbil the Ishmaelite, and over the donkeys was Jehediah the Meronothite, and over the flocks was Jazez the Hagrite. All these were the rulers of the substance which was King David's. Also Jonathan, David's uncle, was a counselor, a man of understanding and a scribe, and Jehiel the son of Hachmoni was with the king's sons. Ahithophel was the king's counselor, and Hushai the Archite was the king's friend, and after Ahithophel was Jehoiada the son of Benaiah, and Abiathar, and the captain of the king's host was Joab. Chapter 28. David assembled all the princes of Israel, the princes of the tribes, and the captains of the companies who served the king by division, and the captains of thousands, and the captains of hundreds, and the rulers over all the substance and possessions of the king and of his sons, with the officers and the mighty men, even all the mighty men of valor, to Jerusalem. Then David the king stood up on his feet and said, Hear me, my brothers, and my people. As for me, it was in my heart to build a house of rest for the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and for the footstool of our God, and I had made ready for the building. But God said to me, You shall not build a house for my name, because you are a man of war, and have shed blood. However, the Lord, the God of Israel, chose me out of all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever. For he has chosen Judah to be prince, and in the house of Judah, the house of my father. And among the sons of my father he took pleasure in me, to make me king over all Israel. Of all my sons, for the Lord has given me many sons, he has chosen Solomon my son to sit on the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. He said to me, Solomon your son, he shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be his father. I will establish his kingdom forever, if he be constant to do my commandments and my ordinances as at this day. Now therefore, in the sight of all Israel, the assembly of the Lord, and in the audience of our God, observe and seek out all the commandments of the Lord your God, that you may possess this good land, and leave it for an inheritance to your children after you forever. You, Solomon, my son, know the God of your father, and serve him with a perfect heart, and with a willing mind. For the Lord searches all hearts, and understands all the imaginations of the thoughts. If you seek him, he will be found of you, but if you forsake him, he will cast you off forever. Take heed now, for the Lord has chosen you to build a house for the sanctuary. Be strong and do it. Then David gave to Solomon his son the pattern of the porch of the temple, and of its houses, and of its treasuries, and of the upper rooms, and the inner chambers, and the place of the mercy seat, and the pattern of all that he had by the Spirit, for the courts of the house of the Lord, and for all the surrounding rooms, for the treasuries of the house of God, and for the treasuries of the dedicated things, also for the divisions of the priests and Levites, and for all the work of the service of the house of the Lord, and for all the vessels of service in the house of the Lord, of gold by weight for the vessels of gold, for all vessels of every kind of service, of silver for all the vessels of silver by weight, for all the vessels of every kind of service, by weight also for the lampstands of gold, and for its lamps of gold by weight for every lampstand, and for the lamps of silver by weight for every lampstand, according to the use of every lamp, and the gold by weight for the tables of showbread for every table, and silver for the tables of silver, and the flesh hooks, and the basins, and the cups, of pure gold, and for the golden bowls by weight for every bowl, and for the silver bowls by weight for every bowl, and for the altar of incense, refined gold by weight, and gold for the pattern of the chariot, even the cherubim, that spread out their wings, and covered the ark of the covenant of the Lord. All this, said David, have I been made to understand in writing from the hand of the Lord, even all the works of this pattern. David said to Solomon his son, Be strong and of good courage, and do it. Don't be afraid, nor be dismayed, for the Lord God, even my God, is with you. He will not fail you nor forsake you, until all the work for the service of the house of the Lord is finished. Behold, there are the divisions of the priests and the Levites, for all the service of the house of God. And there shall be with you in all manner of work every willing man who has skill, for any manner of service. Also the captains and all the people will be entirely at your command. Chapter 29. David the king said to all the assembly, Solomon my son, whom God alone has chosen, is yet young and tender, and the work is great. For the palace is not for man, but for the Lord God. Now I have prepared with all my might for the house of my God the gold for the things of gold, and the silver for the things of silver, and the brass for the things of brass, the iron for the things of iron, and wood for the things of wood, onyx stones, and stones to be set, stones for inlaid work, and of various colors, and all manner of precious stones and marble stones in abundance. In addition, because I have set my affection on the house of my God, seeing that I have a treasure of my own gold and silver, I give it to the house of my God, over and above all that I have prepared for the holy house, even 3,000 talents of the gold of Ophir, and 7,000 talents of refined silver, with which to overlay the walls of the houses, of gold for the things of gold, and of silver for the things of silver, and for all manner of work to be made by the hands of craftsmen. Who then offers willingly to consecrate himself this day to the Lord? Then the princes of the fathers' houses, and the princes of the tribes of Israel, and the captains of thousands and of hundreds, with the rulers over the king's work, offered willingly. And they gave for the service of the house of God, of gold, 5,000 talents, and 10,000 derricks, and of silver, 10,000 talents, and of brass, 18,000 talents, and of iron, 100,000 talents. They with whom precious stones were found gave them to the treasurers of the house of the Lord, under the hand of Jehiel the Gershonite. Then the people rejoiced, because they offered willingly, because with a perfect heart they offered willingly to the Lord, and David the king also rejoiced with great joy. Therefore David blessed the Lord before all the assembly, and David said, You are blessed, O Lord, the God of Israel our Father, forever and ever. Yours, O Lord, is the greatness, the power, the glory, the victory, and the majesty. For all that is in the heavens and in the earth is yours. Yours is the kingdom, Lord, and you are exalted as head above all. Both riches and honor come from you, and you rule over all. And in your hand is power and might, and it is in your hand to make great and to give strength to all. Now therefore, our God, we thank you and praise your glorious name. But who am I, and what is my people, that we should be able to offer so willingly as this? For all things come of you, and of your own have we given you. For we are strangers before you, and foreigners, as all our fathers were. Our days on the earth are as a shadow, and there is no abiding. O Lord our God, all this store that we have prepared to build you a house for your holy name comes of your hand, and is all your own. I know also, my God, that you try the heart, and have pleasure in uprightness. As for me, in the uprightness of my heart I have willingly offered all these things, and now I have seen with joy your people that are present here offer willingly to you. O Lord, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Israel our fathers, keep this forever in the imagination of the thoughts of the heart of your people, and prepare their heart to you, and give to Solomon my son a perfect heart, to keep your commandments, your testimonies, and your statutes, and to do all these things, and to build the palace for which I have made provision. David said to all the assembly, Now bless the Lord your God. All the assembly blessed the Lord the God of their fathers, and bowed down their heads and worshipped the Lord, and the king also. They sacrificed sacrifices to the Lord, and offered burnt offerings to the Lord. On the next day after that day, even 1,000 bulls, 1,000 rams, and 1,000 lambs, with their drink offerings, and sacrifices in abundance for all Israel, and ate and drank before the Lord on that day with great gladness. They made Solomon the son of David king the second time, and anointed him to the Lord to be prince, and Zadok to be priest. Then Solomon sat on the throne of the Lord as king, instead of David his father, and prospered, and all Israel obeyed him. All the princes, the mighty men, and also all of the sons of King David submitted themselves to Solomon the king. The Lord magnified Solomon exceedingly in the sight of all Israel, and bestowed on him such royal majesty as had not been on any king before him in Israel. Now David the son of Jesse reigned over all Israel. The time that he reigned over Israel was 40 years. He reigned 7 years in Hebron, and 33 years he reigned in Jerusalem. He died in a good old age, full of days, riches, and honor, and Solomon his son reigned in his place. Now the acts of David the king, first and last, behold, they are written in the history of Samuel the seer, and in the history of Nathan the prophet, and in the history of Gad the seer, with all his reign and his might, and the times that went over him, and over Israel, and over all the kingdoms of the countries.